Oh, and of course the camera decides not to work as soon as I go live. What in the world? We've got we've nitty bug. I know you guys have already screenshotted that. Let me see what's going on. Oh boy. Oh, good gracious. Hang on a second. Oh my goodness gracious. It was working before I went live, and as soon as I turned the camera on, the joys of live, I'm telling you, man. Always say that sarcastically. Okay, let's try this other one. Is that better? Is that better? Okay. There we go. Let's start this over again. We've grotto, weep nitty pug. I'm Engineer Hoist. Welcome to our weekly technical difficulties live stream, all about Transformers, Earth Wars, and you know, basically anything we talk to once we get through the news. Absolutely right. Who's Super VH? Not a stream unless there's a mistake. Yes, absolutely. So welcome everybody. A lot of familiar faces. A lot of new faces over there here in the chat. We record Wednesdays 8 p.m. Eastern or shortly thereafter after I fix a camera issue. So if you want to, come on over to the YouTube channel and join us at that time to join these lovely folks in the chat, including our channel members. Oktar and Grind Time are here. Thank you guys for the support. If you would like to support the channel and you're able to, just hit the join button down below the video or on the channel. And I definitely would appreciate it. It's certainly not required. JK Prime, also another one of our channel members. Welcome. We've also got Big Bronze Rim in the house. PB Chew, Wolfman, Volcanicus, Votron, Lemon Tea Productions, Blurimus Prime, Dirty Spots in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Been a while. William Wilkinson, Fitz19, of course. One Winged Angel Sephiroth. Hey, here we go. Haven't seen you in a while either. Good to see you guys. Come on over. Bot Crusade, Grand Galvatron, Super VH, I think I called out already, but you can get another call out, that's fine. Autobot Phil, and a lot of folks to scroll back, welcome to everybody who's here. So now that everything's working, how about we go ahead and get to the news? Yeah, this weekend's event is called Parallel Universes. Take part in this weekend's event to win up to 5,000 Prime Core shards, if I counted right, 50 event crystals, and 50 Beast Wars Classics crystals. This is actually a pretty cool little event. I'm looking forward to it. This is an individual event with a bunch of prestiges. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. There are 50 prestiges and triple XP. To participate, it's an individual event, so you don't have to be an alliance, but you do have to be level 4 of your headquarters. Tap the yellow event button, pick your zone, pick your battle, win the points, collect your prizes. The event battle zones are the flat battle zones, 10 points per battle, regardless of which zone. So 1 through 15, it doesn't matter, 10 points for the battle, so everybody has an equal opportunity to finish. It's all about effort, not about how strong of a zone that you can win in. Obviously, the higher the zone, the more XP, so still do the higher battle so you can level up your bots, but if you just need to get some points, send one bot into zone 1 and use up that fuel cell. That's a quick way of getting your points if you don't have a lot of time. And while it is 50 prestiges instead of the usual 30 like we see, they basically flipped it around. Instead of 50 points per prestige across 30 prestiges, it's 30 points per prestige across 50 prestiges. It's actually kind of good because it allows you to get more prizes for the same amount of points as it normally is. So every, you get an event crystal, you get the Beast Wars Classics crystal, then you get 100 Prime Core shards. That's it. Rinse and repeat up to 50 times depending on how much time you play. The event crystal has these prizes. I don't think they published the percentages, but 1,000 premium shards, 200 3-star shards, or 100 4-star shards. Very cool. And the Beast Wars Classics crystal, this is the really cool part. You can get as many as 50 of these crystals, and in them are just these 5 bots, depending on your faction, obviously. Cheetor, Black Arachnia, Dinobot and Dinobot 2, Monkey Prime and Barney Megs, Rhynox and Tarantulas, and Tigerhawk and Waspinator. You are guaranteed to get either a 3-star or a 4-star of one of those bots. Yes, you can get duplicates. But here's the thing. With duplicates comes chances for Transmetal Cores for the Monkey Prime and Barney Megs, which we just got. Also with duplicate 3-stars comes 4-star shards. Even if you don't have any of these bots at 3 stars, and you do manage to get all 5 of them, you're going to either get a 4-star or you're going to get 45 duplicate 3-stars, which is good for almost 2 4-star crystals. Definitely good for 1 full 4-star crystal just from the shards alone. And if combine that with the shards, if you got pretty good luck in there, you could be walking away with 2 4-star crystals by the end of the event if you complete all 50 prestiges. I'm definitely going to try it. I'm not sure if I'll complete it all the way, but I'm definitely going to try. So, and also 5,000 Prime Core shards, that's a full Prime Core. So even if you're sitting at 0 Prime Cores in shards, then you can get a full Prime Core at the event. Or 2 G Metal Cores if you already got all the Prime Cores. So all in all, very, very, very good event. And that's pretty much it for the event. Okay, so but we do want to talk about the combat bots, which we saw them last week. And Airazor, again, surprised that a figure that comes out as a deluxe class bot is going to be a combat, but there she is. Airazor has the sharpest optics of any Maximal and can monitor ground-based activity from the highest of altitudes. Swift, unerring, she can swoop from the sky with total absence of sound, catching even the wariest of targets by surprise. Hidden within her wings are cyber blades that she uses to great effect in melee combat. And her counterpart is a new one to me, is Tonbot. Tonbot can go from charming and urbane to deadly and ruthless in the blink of an optic. Having traveled often on secret deep cover operations to hundreds of different worlds, Tonbot easily adapts to different cultures and acquires their weapons and combat skills too. In dragonfly form, he can assimilate data from the atmosphere like a sponge. This week, we learned their ability. Both Airazor and Tonbot are airborne and smite foes every 15 seconds, causing a 50% speed reduction for 3, 6, 9, or 12 seconds. I assume that's based on 2, 3, 4, or 5 star level of the combat bots. So basically, these guys are companion bots. They don't affect the bot that they're paired with directly. They're similar to, say, Ravage and Night Stalker, or who are the other ones? Red Heat and Bomb Shock. They basically kind of do their own thing, but they're airborne, which means most defenses are not going to attack them. Of course, if they happen to get in there with a bunch of laser turrets with anti-air, they may go down in flames very quickly. But, you know, these are the chances that you take in, you know, the breaks of the game and all that. So they do attack normally, but every 15 seconds they do the additional speed reduction thing. So I haven't tried them out personally, but they sure do seem like pretty cool bots. Yes, thank you, PB2. Overkill and Dial are the other companion bots too. Also, we learned that there are new Transmetal Cores come about. I mentioned how we could be getting the Optimus Primal or Beast Wars Megatron, aka Monkey Prime Barney Megs, Transmetal Power Cores from the duplicates this weekend. You know, I'm not sure if I caught if these are going to be added to the game yet or not. If they are, then we could have chances of getting these Transmetal Power Cores from the duplicates too. I guess we'll find out. So there's two new bots from each side are getting Transmetal Power Cores. Obviously, first up on here, we've got Cheetor and Black Arachnia. So while in alt mode, increases damage to walls, which is good because my Cheetor always seems to get stuck behind walls. Increases that by a percentage, and when your health drops below 30%, you become invulnerable to damage and stun effects for several seconds. Very similar to like the Alita and Lugnut ability. I think is kind of what that is. But yeah, still very, very cool thing. Plus, of course, you do also get the new skins. The silver one gives you the Metal Mario look, and the gold and G Metal give you more of a typical Transmetal look, where you still got some normal coloring, but a little bit of a updated coloring, like on the head and the legs and arms and stuff like that. So very cool. Same thing with Black Arachnia. Silver Transmetal Core gets you the Metal Mario look, and the other one gets you kind of like Disco Spider look. The Araña Discoteca look. You community fans out there probably know what I'm talking about there. I'm sorry if that didn't hit right. It just came into my head right at the same time. But yeah, so I think she looks really cool with that gold or G Metal power core there on the side there. It's on my left, but I think I'm looking at it backwards, so it might be your right. I'm not entirely sure. the monitor is weird when you're streaming. Anyway, moving on. Rhinox and Tarantulas is the other pair of bots that are getting a new Transmetal Power Core. It restores a percentage of your health every 5 seconds, similar to a Rejuvenate Core, which is cool. And also, when your health drops below 40%, you imprison nearby foes in your life-stealing vines or webs for several seconds. Now, that's actually pretty cool. It's very specific to these two particular characters and their special ability. I do really like that idea. And if there truly are the life-stealing vines or webs, not only does it imprison them, but also does help to heal you and anybody else in the area. So that's pretty cool. And again, pictures. Silver gets you the Metal Mario look, and the gold and G Metal gets you a little bit of an updated look. He's a little more silvery and black instead of the green and brown and stuff that he usually is. Doesn't. On the surface, when you look at him here, it doesn't look like it's a huge difference, but if you were to compare them side by side, I think it's more obvious. And Tarantulas also gets the Metal Mario and also the Araña Discoteca look with the gold and G Metal core there. So he's looking pretty sharp there with this Transmetal core on as well. So that's it for the Transmetal Cores. Also, all they did was mention that Ability 11 next batch is coming around. They announced who the first 5 of them are. So in addition to getting the Transmetal Cores, Cheetor, Black Arachnia, Rhinox, and Tarantulas, and Monkey Prime and Barney Megs are also going to be getting Ability Level 11 in this next batch, along with Jetfire and Starscream and Skydive and Skywarp, and 5 more yet to be named bots. No information on what those abilities are yet, but they're, well, we know what the abilities are, but the extra bits for the Ability 11, no word on that yet, just that they're in the next batch. So there you go. And that's basically it for the newsletter. There was some more stuff, but, you know, I don't cover everything in the newsletter. Definitely go in the game. Click the little news button there below where they're advertising the bundles and all that. Click over there. They always have a place where you can send in your email, sign up. They have been starting to share community content and stuff. Our own Super VH actually got featured in today in today's newsletter, so congrats to you for that. Yeah. Also, you can, if you happen to be watching this video anywhere other than my YouTube channel, there's the link, youtube.com/EngineerHoist. Come on over Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, and join us live. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter for infrequent behind-the-scenes content at EngineerHoist. So, there you go. That's it. Yeah. So, not a lot of crystals to crack today. I do have a few, and one very special one. Did complete a 5-star crystal on the Autobot account, so we'll be going in there to do that shortly. Let's go see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Blurimus Prime says that gold Transmetal Core for Rhinox kind of makes him look like Beast Machine's Tankor. Not super familiar with that, but I'll take your word for it. Oh yes, Grind Time also was featured in the newsletter. He's got a video coming out now, isn't it? So yeah, he's got a video coming out. I'm sorry, I don't recall what it is, but yeah, you know, Grind Time. He's a content creator officially now, and even before he's official, he was still creating content, and he puts out good videos. Go over to Grind Time, check out his videos, give him subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Tomorrow, there you go. Let's see. How about we go ahead and go to the Decepticon account first. I'll switch the music over to that. And for here, basically all I've got are these crystal. These are the what would they call them? The new school. So we'll go get some shards. I don't think we're going to be getting any completing any crystals to crack out of this. Maybe a 3-star. Maybe a 3-star. Definitely not a 5. Pretty sure not a 4. But hey, if we get lucky with the 4-star shards, maybe we will. But not likely. Oh, Sharksy, yes, thank you. Good point. If you have Netflix, or you plan to get it, Kingdom, the final part of the War for Cybertron trilogy comes out on Netflix tomorrow. I will definitely be watching that, and yeah, so looking forward to it. I hear it's pretty good. But of course, we hear that all the time, so I always like to watch it for myself instead and reserve judgment instead of waiting for what other people say. Yeah, we definitely won't be talking spoilers on this channel, just because not everybody gets a chance to watch it right away. I mean, I'll be watching it as soon as I get off work. I'm gonna be sitting down and watching pretty much the whole series there on Netflix. Ooh, a lot of 5-star shards out of that one. So that was what, for 6 of the 10 of this around here. So that was pretty good. And yeah, so as expected. So we don't have any premiums. Oh, we're real close to a 3-star crystal. Still quite a ways from a 5-star. Still quite a ways from a 4-star. So, like I said, not a whole lot of business in the Crystal Kraken realm on that side. Today's Peter Cullen's birthday, so yes, happy birthday Optimus Prime and Eeyore and all of the other characters that he has lent his voice to over the years. So, Super VH says, I'm fine with Barney Megatron's voice. I've heard about that, although I have not heard the voice myself. Yeah, so let's see. I've got 26 crystals available, and we'll go crack those. Those, again, are all just new school crystals. So, Chris Taylor says the new He-Man was awesome. I've heard mixed reviews on that. I'm not particularly super interested in that. But, you know, that's fine. I may watch it at some point. But I know a lot of people are excited. Some people like it, some people hate it. And, you know, it's fine for everybody. Wolfman, it's your birthday today? Well, happy birthday, Wolfman. So there's that round. Grind Time and Oktar apparently are in the camp of not particularly happy with the new He-Man show. Sounds like from those comments. those are some of the comments I've been hearing. I mean, I remember He-Man from back in the day. I've had plenty of He-Man toys myself, but I'm certainly not as deep into the He-Man fandom as I am like the Transformers and stuff. So if I go watch it, I can guarantee you I'm not going to be as upset about everything because I don't have that connection. Then again, I don't usually get that upset about Transformer stuff either, even though I do have the connection. I don't know, maybe I'm just a big old softy. Alright, so here's the interesting thing. I was like, how do I have more Decepticon crystals available? Because it says there's 9 available on the con side, 8 available on the other side, and it occurred to me it's because of the 5-star crystal. Anytime you complete a 5-star crystal, you get the number goes up high because you have all the batches plus the current batch that are available. And the reason Decepticon is higher is because I completed all of batch 4 on the Autobot side, but not the Decepticon side. So batch 4 is still available for me over there. It's probably a detail you guys didn't even notice and don't even care about, but it was something that I noticed anyway. So, alright, so 3-star crystal. Now, the decision. Which 5-star batch do I pull from? Do I pull from the current batch? Swoop, Impactor, Rook, Sea Spray, Bumblebee. Or do I pull from Legacy 7? I've had pretty good luck with that. I love Rhinox. I love Blades. Laser Optimus is great at my 4-star. I think he would be awesome at 5 stars. You know, a lot of people seem to like Smokescreen at 5-star. Jetfire is still good too. Let's see, we'll go. What else do we got here? We got Legacy 6. I got that hotspot from the that 5-star crystal event. That leaves us with First Aid, Rust Dust, Sandstorm, Goldfire. All pretty decent options. Legacy 5, that's all wide open. Rodimus, Snarl, Warpath, Perceptor, RC. Legacy 3, everybody but Cheetor is available in here. Jazz, Ultra Magnus, Springer, Firefly. Legacy 2, everybody but Skyburst. And Legacy 1, everybody is still available there. Sunstreaker, Hot Rod, Nah, Silverbolt. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Fitz is saying batch 7, Sharksy's saying 6, 7, or 8. Legacy 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Everybody's saying 7. Yeah, I was pretty set that I was going for 7 as well. But I figured, you know, let's go over the whole thing. So, there we go. So, we're going to get our duplicate 3-star. You got a duplicate Rodimus Prime. So, this is the Batch 7 crystal, of which can be Shoulder Pads Prime, Jetfire or Smokescreen. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. It is Smokescreen. All right. Very cool. We got some sniping going on. Who am I hoping for? Well, obviously, we already got him here. Who was I hoping for? Honestly, didn't matter. I would have been happy with any of them. So there we go. Smokescreen. Very cool. And he's going to be getting leveled up very quickly. Yeah, it is nice to see the space bridge light up. That's the nice thing about the 5-star crystals. You know it's going to light up. And yeah, so with that, that's all the Transformers Earth Wars content I have prepared today. So yeah, so some days we're here for an hour cracking crystals. Today, not so much. So JK Prime asking, how do you get Z Energon? Well, I've got a whole video on that. Basically, it's you got to fight Elimination Mode. What is it? Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. If you go into your normal battle button, like you're gonna go do a battle.
Autobots, roll out.
You wait for Optimus Prime to say his thing, and then right there in the middle it says Elimination Mode. I think you do have to get to, what was it, headquarters level 12, I think, to unlock this. So if you're not quite there, if you don't see Elimination Mode, then that mode's not available to you yet, and you can't get the Z Energon. But once you do, you'll probably get some kind of an in-game saying, "Hey, congratulations, this mode is unlocked," and then you go in there to play Elimination Mode. It plays just like a normal battle. And except that you do have only one battle. You can only use each bot just one time. Once you use them for that week, they're no longer available until next week. So it makes you kind of use all of your bots. And so there you go. You have all the zones available to you. I'm not sure if you have to unlock the certain zones or not, but based on which one you get, if you win, you get the amount of Z Energon down there listed. And if you lose, you get nothing except whatever XP you may have gotten from there. So that's basically how you do it. And until you get to headquarters, what is it, 17? Until you get headquarters gets to level 17, really the only thing for you to do with that Z Energon is collect up to 200,000 so you can open up a second research slot in your lab, and also for upgrading to ability 11, although I think that requires a higher level headquarters as well. So you have to get the research lab leveled up to get to the ability 11. I'm not real sure. I haven't done ability 11 just yet on anything. And besides, I'm at the level that I would need to anyway, so... And, you know, sometimes when these things come out, I can't keep everything up here, and sometimes things fade. But yeah, that was a quick little overview. If you want to see a little bit more about it, go check out. I did a whole overview video of it when it came out last year or so, I think. Or has it been 2 years? Man, time's flying. I can't believe it's almost August, guys. It's crazy. Alright, so this is the time where I show off any new toys that I may have received over the past week. And did actually get one in today. Came in today. I've had this guy pre-ordered for quite a while from Hasbro Pulse. It is Sound Blaster. Now, this is not the same Sound Blaster as you found in the Walmarts back a year or so ago when Netflix first came out, because you'll notice one little difference. The one at Walmart, he had a Decepticon symbol, and this one's got the mercenary symbol like he had in the actual show. That's because this was the Takara release that they sold on Hasbro Pulse. And it's not like I made a conscious choice between one or the other. Honestly, I could not find that Sound Blaster, And I was okay with it because when it first came out, we hadn't seen the show yet. I'm like, I don't need a black Soundwave. And then we saw the show, and then by that point, trying to chase one down was kind of pointless. And then this guy showed up on Hasbro Pulse, had the mercenary symbol. I'm like, oh well, that one's even better. So it actually worked out. Well. So yep, there he is. It's exactly like Soundwave, except he's black and he has the mercenary symbol. Nice, good close up on that symbol. Yeah, I still have no idea what this thing's supposed to be, so I've just got him holding it like a club. Let's see, it seems fitting. It's kind of a pointless piece of plastic they just kind of threw in there to justify the price point. It's like, without that, they're like, well, you know, it's just kind of like, this is really like a $28 figure, so we'll put that in there to make it 20. I don't know. Actually, I think this guy, because he was the Takara version, he was like 39 or something like that. Whatever. So, Red Alert, you made it! Good to see you, pal! Fitz, it's almost your birthday? Well, happy almost birthday. Did he come with any cassettes? No. Nope. What you see here is what you got. He just came with his shoulder cannon, his other gun, and this little useless piece of plastic, which he's just like bashes people with. Maybe like, is it like a scepter? I need to go back and watch Siege. Was it Siege or was it Earthrise? I think it was Siege. I need to go back and watch that episode that he was in, because I swear he was sitting in a throne. Because I want to, I want to go see what that is and see if I can't pull some kind of throne together for all the mercenaries. Because I have been kind of doing that since they had that aspect in the show. I was like, yeah, you know, the mercenary thing's actually pretty cool. I even went out and got Bug Bite. I was like, I don't need to get that Bug Bite thing or whatever. It's like, oh, but he's got that little mercenary thing. And then even Exhaust. When Exhaust first came out, I'm like, I'm not too worried about it. Then I saw the whole mercenary thing, and like, you know, Exhaust has a little mercenary. So now I've got an Exhaust. So I've been kind of building a little mercenary faction. So I'm probably gonna figure out a way to put together a mercenary shelf. But who's the leader of the mercenaries? Is it Soundwave? Is it Double Dealer? Is it neither? Both? Because, you know, they're kind of mercenaries. They're kind of independent contractors. They're not really a faction. It's just kind of like a mercenary guild. Yeah. Votron says, I have a 3D printer and I 3D printed a Star Saber. You mean the sword, right? For like Optimus Prime. Can't imagine if you 3D print like a full Star Saber bot. That would be crazy. But I can imagine the sword. Yeah, okay. Grind Time says he's the leader of the mercenary faction. Okay. Where's your figure? So I'm gonna go 3D print a Grind Time figure so I can install him as the leader of my mercenary faction. Yeah, right, Mad Polly. I'm sure there's no leader for mercs. That was I was like, oh, who's the leader? That I started thinking, is like, they're mercenaries. There's no leader. I mean, maybe within their own little subgroup, like Soundwave has his minions. He's the leader of his minions. A Double Dealer is the leader of his minions. Or whatever. But I don't think there's like a top dog above those guys. They're just kind of like their own little thing. Big President says, my last 3D print wasn't exciting. It was a holder for the card treasury plug. But hey, you know, it's still, if you didn't have your 3D printer, you wouldn't have that holder, I guess. So. Yeah. What else is there? When's it my birthday? Well, let's see. It'll be my birthday later this year. we'll just leave it at that. I don't really like to publish that kind of information, you know. Let's see. Every Beast Wars. Yeah, this event, every Prestige has a Beast Wars crystal. You can get one of the 5 original bots, like basically like the new Maximal Elder guys are not in them, but the other ones are. Monkey Prime, Cheetor, Dinobot Rhinox, and Tigerhawk, and their counterparts are available. Oh yes, Pikachu's been at it in Discord. Let me go ahead and pull that over. I always have to go in and double check because it, yeah, it's just, you know. Yeah, and I see the screen caps, guys. Thanks, appreciate that. I knew you guys would do that. I didn't scroll yet, so here we go. Let's see. There we go. Rodimus Unicronus from Pikachu. Look at that. That's some good work there, especially with like the flames on his chest. Yeah, that's some good work. And I saw some of your comments in there that with using the black blocks was a little tough, probably because you couldn't see like the lines on it. So it'd be hard to line up or something. Yeah, I could definitely imagine that. There he is from the other side. And his big old spoilers on the back. Very cool. Outstanding. Outstanding. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Facial hair though, yeah. Building with black blocks is difficult, confirms Kim David Collins. Yeah. Yeah, so I actually spent the last couple of days trying to clean off my desk here because I had, you know, over time I bring bots in here to show you guys, and then I just never seem to get them out of here. And then last week when we were going through all the Kingdom bots or whatever, it was just nowhere to move in here. So I spent some time last couple of days taking them and putting them back where they belong. And then it occurred to me I hadn't updated my little inventory of my Transformers in a while, because I'd gotten quite a few in and needed to take some pictures, so I've been spending time taking pictures of them. You know, like those World War II bots, the Toy World, the Starscream and stuff like that. And who else was it? Oh yeah, like even like the Micromasters from the Galactic Odyssey from however many months ago. They've just been kind of sitting here. I never took pictures of them. Yeah. Whatever you do, don't look on Discord in general. Oh, I already saw the screen caps. I knew that was going to happen. I practically told you guys to do it. So, do I Han? Do I Han? I'm not sure what you're asking there, JK Prime. Had to turn up the brightness to see if you had any gaps. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Heltabot Phil says, my disappointing Kingdom tracks should be here Friday. Excuse me, Friday, along with Siege Thundercracker. Cool. Well, at least you don't have high hopes for that tracks. Speaking of that, I did get confirmation that my tracks and Galvatron are in stock, but I ordered them from TF Source, and those two plus the Iron Factory Scourge that I have there, they're all just waiting for me. But even with all three of those bots, they haven't quite hit 150. So I'm not going to ship because I'm not going to pay for shipping when they offer it. I'm just going to let it sit there until I get at least one. I think I need another $50 thing to come in. So, but speaking of Scourge, here's the Studio Series Scourge. He was in the other room. I brought him in here for reasons unknown. I think he was sitting on like the stage where I take my pictures. So I just wanted to get him out of the way for something. So he is a good-looking bot. Didn't they release or about to release a Studio Series sweep, which is what? I didn't see any differences from this guy. Some people are saying maybe he had like a different hands or something. Which, come on, people will still buy it because if there's any army builder, it's the sweeps and the Sharkticons and the Junkions. Those are your Transformers army builders. I have a lot of Junkions. I have a lot of Sharkticons. Don't have that many Scourges or sweeps though. So do I ban? Like ban people? Yeah. I definitely ban people if they're getting out of line. The hands are swapped, you're saying? Pink nails? He's got pink nails. Is there something else that's pink? I don't know. Hands are swapped. Calvin says T-Rex from Target is shipping. Oh yeah, T-Rex. Yeah, I didn't end up getting that figure. T-Rex is basically like a red version of this guy. Yeah, clearly I haven't cleaned this desk completely off. But yeah, T-Rex is kind of like a red version of this guy. I ended up not going for it because I've got to draw the line somewhere. I'm filling up too much. Although I did pre-order that Jurassic Park set, which has a brown version of that guy, and that Jurassic Park. Was it like a Ford Explorer or whatever? So I did get that Jurassic Park set. So that one's pretty cool. I don't want to discuss banning. I just say that yes, I do if you get out of line, but I'm not going to discuss who or what or why anything was banned. Let's see. Do I have the Computron Combiner? Yes, I have the Computron Combiner. Calvin says, "I want the Jeep more than Dino." See, the problem is, it's not the Jeep though; it's the Ford Explorer. You know that it's basically it's like the scene where they're on the tour and the power goes out and the T-Rex comes out and they're getting them in there. That wasn't a Jeep; it was like a Ford or something. I think I saw something like Ford Explorer. It was not the Jeep. I'd love a version of that Jeep though. That was pretty cool. So there's my Computron. It actually just came out of the lab, I think, earlier today. So there he is. And the rest of my combiners, we've got Defensor here. Computron's level 14, same level as Volcanicus, and Computron's actually slightly higher than Volcanicus, surprisingly. And then we go down to Victorion, and Superion, and Optimus Maximus, and Omega Supreme. Still just a 3-star. Then we're back around to Defensor! I did not make a video about Computron. No. I haven't been doing that for the last couple combiners, have I? I don't know. I guess I've just been busy. It takes a little while to do that kind of stuff. And you know, one of the things is also with Computron, I don't actually have the toys that he's actually based on. So I suppose I don't have to do the toy comparison. But I guess in my mind I needed to. Oh yeah, Grind Time did videos for all of the combiners. It's true. So yeah, go watch Grind Time, guys. Why, you know, if you can't find it on my channel, pretty good chance Grind Time or Sunstreaker Waza or Skyward Greer or somebody has done a video on something. So do I ever use Omega Supreme? No. No. When I've got all the other combiners, I honestly I don't use the combiners that often, but if I ever do, I use one of the more powerful ones. Yeah, he's a hybrid of the Combiner Wars, and Unite Warriors. See, I was even hybriding the two names, but I don't have either one. I don't have either set. I have the G1 and I have a third party, neither of which are really particularly close to that. So. How many 5 stars do I have at this point? Oh, that's a good question. How many? Well, let's count them up. That would be basically two full rows, so 12. Got Baby Smokescreen, Blades. I thought I put him in for research. He is in for research. 17 hours left to go, and Blades will be 51. Still got to get Hotspot's getting pretty close. Ratchet. Yeah, so there's Alita 1. There's Rhinox. Still need to get him to level 10 on his ability because I think I'm interested to see what his ability 11 will be because I really like Rhinox. I really like Rhinox, guys, by the way. Yeah, there's Cheetor, Blaster, Prowl, Skyverse, Sludge, Monkey Prime, Blades we saw already, Ratchet. And I am going to put a combat bot on this guy, but while I was still leveling him, I just, you know, because right now my 4-star Blades is still doing a little bit of work, and he's got flak. And I'll probably move that flak over. Hotspot, need to level his power core a little bit. Not sure. And Smokescreen. I forget if I have a combat bot for him or not. Let's go see, shall we? Yeah, I'll give him Fire Drive. I'll give him that 5-star Fire Drive. I think that'll work well on Smokescreen. What do you guys think? Fire Drive? When put Vector Prime on Rhinox, he'll almost never die. Oh, I'm gonna be putting his. I'm gonna be hoping for his Transmetal Core. Who did I put on? What did I put on Rhinox? Oh yeah, just to rejuvenate. So yeah, I mean the Transmetal Core is basically going to be just that plus the extra stuff. Wow, it took long enough for somebody to tell me that I would be an idiot to put Fire Drive on Smokescreen. I was totally joking about putting Fire Drive on Smokescreen. The fact that I haven't equipped Fire Drive shows how much regard I have for Fire Drive. But yeah, I usually, honestly, I just haven't got around to it. But I do have Fire Drive on some other ones. Yeah, and yes, I agree, Matt Pauly. I generally do put Fire Drive on like the flyers. Like I think on my con account I have it like I want to say on Blast Off. I think I have got it on Firefly. On this account. How about we just go look instead of guessing? What I have, yeah. So I've got Fire Drive on Tiger Hawk, and it works well because when I use Tiger Hawk's ability, yeah, he smashes things. The other Fire Drive I have on Swoop, and then I have the 2-star on Hot Rod. So I guess I just didn't know who to put the 5-star on. I'd probably have to move them around, and you know it costs Energon to move bots around, and I just didn't feel like spending the Energon. Fire Drive on Sandstorm? Yeah, that might work. How many Prime Cores do I have? On the Autobot account, I have them all. On the Decepticon account, I want to say I have 2, maybe 3 of them. Let's go look at that. I'm not switching the music though. Three. I have Micronus, Solus. Oh look, I have Prima that I need to put on somebody. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for asking me about this, because I actually need to put Prima on somebody. And here's my status of my combat bot, since we're looking at combat bots today. So I've got Shroot. I actually got Shroot pretty early on in the whole combat bot game. Got him right on my 4-star Shockwave. Love that combo. 4-star Catgut on my 4-star Lugnut. Love that combo. Caliburst, had to put him on somebody, so I put him on Punch, or Counter Punch rather. Or is it both? And then Double Crosser, I put it on Scrapper because, yeah, I mean, it's still a shield. I mean, it's not the greatest thing, but it's better than nothing. And so Scrapper is one of my top bots on my main team. You know, one of my top tanks or whatever. So I figured might as well put the 4-star Double Crosser on somebody that I use quite a bit. So the rest of them are all mostly just 3-star. Glit on Rampage, that was actually just an accident. I was trying to figure out who to put Glit on, and then my finger accidentally touched the screen, and he was on Rampage, and I'm like, okay, because I didn't know who to put him on, so I've just left it instead of spending 200,000 Energon. Ravage on Soundwave, obviously that works well in my outpost. They're Overkill with C.O.M.B.A.T, also in the outpost. These two right there do great on the defenses. And then of course I've got my other Shroot on my hook. I don't have a 4-star hook, otherwise I'd have that on that. I do have a 4-star Reflector, which you guys saw me pull a month ago or so, but he doesn't need Shroot. And Bomb Shock, again, can really go on anybody because he just kind of does his own thing, mostly banging into walls. And I had the Fire Line, which is like Top Shot. I have seen people do good things with this guy on Dead End and Cup. And let me tell you, after having this guy on Dead End and using him a lot, whenever I go back and use my Cup on my Autobot account, I almost kind of miss it. So I might be rethinking my top shot strategy on my Autobot account, because I kind of like that. No 5-star combat bot on this account. I only recently started playing back on this account, and I have not bought nearly as many combat bundles as I have on the Autobot account. And honestly, I need to kind of chill with the spending a little bit. I just bought a new car, and it's awesome. I love it. And but it's a lot of money, so I need to sacrifice in some areas, and bundles is one of the things that I need to kind of chill a little bit with. So yeah, I'm not saying I'm not going to get anything, but yeah, I have a budget for spending on games and stuff like that, but I never really stuck with the budget. I need to stick with the budget now. So I'm not just going to go get a bundle just to get a bundle just to get a bundle. It's got to be something that I really want, you know. So I did kind of do that with the Autobot account, where it's like anytime a new combat bot came out, yep, get the bundle, get the bundle, get the bundle, get the bundle, get the bundle. That's how I got all the got up to get those 5-star combat bots. And but I can't do that now. No, it wasn't a Tesla. It wasn't a Tesla. It was a Kia Telluride. So it's not. But I got, you know, all the way. So got all the bells and whistles, and it's so nice. It's so nice. And I'm going from the last car that I had for 12 years, and it was a 15. You know, it was a 3-year-old car when I got it, so it was a 15-year-old car. It had 0 bells and whistles. So, yeah, you know, it's just that, you know, it was a few weeks ago I was starting to think, you know, I need a new car because this other one, it's showing its age. I'm feeling the age, and it's just not. I mean, the gas mileage, it's a Jeep Wrangler, and the gas mileage is just absolutely terrible, and so. It's been good. I like the car. I mean, I like it. Not so much anymore because I've kind of, you know, let it get, you know, degraded and stuff like that. But that's my own fault. But I mean, in general, I like it a lot. Yeah, I just felt it was time for a new car. So then I started doing the research, and I know I needed an SUV because I'm a big guy. I cannot have a small car or a sedan. I feel like whenever I get into a small car, first of all, if I even fit in it, I feel like I'm just falling down on the ground to get into it. I have to have a big car, like an SUV or something. So I started looking, okay, well, what's the best SUV, right? Kia Telluride was at the top, and everything that I read and heard about it is like, that's the thing to get. That's the thing to get. It's a hot car. It's hard to find. It's hard to find. And honestly, I got lucky. Because I did a lot of research, looked at it, so I'm sitting there, okay, I want this trim, I want this package, I want this package, I want this package, I want this color inside, I want this color outside, or whatever. And the dealership right by me, when I went for a test drive, they had the exact thing that I wanted. So I was ready to go and order and wait 3 to 4 months for the thing to come in. But when I went in there, they had the exact thing that I wanted. So, yeah, it was good. It's good. Yeah, used car prices are crazy. It's because it's hard to make the new cars. Apparently, that like the microchip, there's like a microchip shortage. So they're not able to make as many new cars anymore to meet demand. So that's why good quality used cars, of which my used car is not, that's why those prices are going up. So. Let's see. Alpha Trion says, do you have any crossover genre Transformers? I do. And thank you for asking another question for which I have a show and tell item right here within arm's reach. I've got Gigawatt, the Back to the Future DeLorean. Some of you might call him Gigawatt, but nope. If you've ever watched the movie, Doc Brown says 1.21 gigawatts. So that's what this guy's name is. We're going with Doc Brown's pronunciation. And as I said, I also have the Jurassic Park set on pre-order, but that's not coming in for another couple months. I do not have any of the Ghostbuster stuff. Looks cool, but didn't want it enough to pay the price. See, Incredible Dog 306 is asking, what's a better power core for my scrolled off. What's a better power core for my 4-star Optimus Prime? Gold G1 Optimus Prime or Onyx? I say go with the Gold G1 Optimus Prime because it gives you a very similar type of effect as Onyx Prime, and since you can only use that Optimus Prime core on Optimus Prime, do that and you can put Onyx on anybody else. So I would definitely use the G1 Optimus Prime. That's the one I have on my Optimus Prime. Is his G1 Gold G1 core. Ultra Daniel Coupin do I have Expanse, that X-Men crossover? No, I didn't get that one either. Again, looked pretty cool, but I like Marvel, but I'm not as into the whole X-Men stuff. I mean, I've seen them. but not so much that I would go in and getting toys of them and stuff like that. And again, it looks cool, but I didn't like it enough for the price. It looks cool, you know. Will do, Red Alert. I'll send you a pic. Oh, and by the way, speaking of the new ride, since you mentioned, I have never in my life parked a car in the garage. Well, this past weekend, I had some help, and we actually cleaned up my garage enough that I'm actually able to park the new car in the garage, because everybody was saying, because my old car, I left it out in the sun, and I didn't really take care of it, so don't do what I do, do what I'm going to do. Take care of your cars. Wash them, wax them, keep them clean, keep them maintained. I didn't do that with my last car. That's why it's junk. But the sun in Florida is brutal. So everybody's saying you gotta park the new car inside. If you're gonna spend it, you can spend that money. You gotta park the new car in the garage. So I got some help. We actually cleaned the garage, and that was basically all this past weekend. And I was very sore come Monday, but it's in the garage, so it's so cool. But yeah, Superfiend says, "Great Scott." Let's see. First episode of the new series. Yes, I saw that the movies that made us about Back to the Future. Man, what a crazy story. I agree. If you guys like Back to the Future, and let's see, the Forrest Gump story was amazing. Jurassic Park was on there. I'm like, yeah. I skipped the Pretty Woman one. I'll go back to it, but I wanted to go watch the other ones. But yeah, it was good stuff. The movies that made us. I think it's the same people that did the toys that made us. So. No Star Wars or G.I. Joe or Marvel crossover. Well, technically I have a G.I. Joe crossover because I got that Viper figure from when it was in Combiner Wars, and that's it's got the Decepticon / Cobra markings on it. You know, Viper from the game, they actually had a figure of that before it was in the game. So that's technically a G.I. Joe crossover. So of that one, I do. But no Marvel, no Star Wars. I've seen some... I wasn't getting Transformers at the time when they had the Star Wars crossovers, so I kind of missed out on that. And I went back and looked at them to see, hey, you know, maybe that would be pretty cool, because I have started picking up some more Star Wars stuff. But looking back at them, first of all, they're hard to find. Second of all, they're kind of expensive. And third of all, they're really not that good, especially for the price that they were wanting for them. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get them. If they do more Star Wars crossovers or whatever, then sure, I'll do that. But I'm not going to go chase down anything extra. Yeah, Big Bronze Rim says, parking a car in a garage is awesome, but the truck won't fit. Let me tell you, my Telluride barely fits. You know, it's got that sensor in the front that tells you you're getting close to something. I have to slowly creep forward until that thing is basically solid, telling me you're going to hit something, and then I just barely make it in the garage. That's partly because I have some stuff on the wall right in front of it, so I can't go as far forward into the garage as I would if I didn't have the stuff on the wall. Still, it does make it in, though. Alphatrine's asking, do you name your new vehicles? No, I generally don't, but no. No, but I actually had that question before girlfriend was saying, it's like, oh, are you going to name your car? I'm like, well, I don't usually do that. So, you know, to tell you, I said, hey, how about Telly? And she said, no. I'm like, okay, well, you name it then. So, I said, but I reserve the right to veto whatever name you pick. Let's see. Oh, look, Fitz is saying go look in collection photos. Let's go see. Okay. It's a little blurry, man. But I can see that you're the G1 combiners. It's a little blurry. Let's see, what 5-star crystal should you go for your first 5-star? General wisdom is the best batches are 4 and 7. Thing is though, with 4 is you could end up with Ratchet, which is a healer. Most people don't like healers as their first 5-star, so I'd say 7. But actually, who was it? Dale shared a video from, I'm going to give him a shout out, Grimlock's Brain. It's a new channel. Last I checked, he only had like 2 videos up, but one of them was he was making the decision for how to pick your first 5-star, and he went through a whole elimination process, and it's actually it was actually a really well done video. It's Grimlock's Brain, but instead of CKS it's X, so Grimlock's Brain. So if you go look that up, or if you happen to be on the Transformers Earth Wars Discord, where was it? I think it was in like the creator updates channel. Yeah. In fact, let me go ahead and see if I can't get that link. Make it easy for you. So there's the link to his video. It was actually really well done. It was all the thought process about how he wanted to go trying to pick which one. He said, first of all, go through all of the batches, identify who you really want, identify who you really don't want. Because if there's any batch with a bot that you don't want, maybe stay away from that one. And then go for the batches that have most of the bots that you do want. So like I said, if you don't want a healer, stay away from the 3 batches with healers in them. So, but if you do want a healer, then you definitely want to do the 3 batches with healers in them. So. Incredible Dog says, my first and only 5-star is Jetfire. That's not a bad one. Red Alert says, yeah, Ratchet was the first 5-star. Yeah. I mean, the healers are good at 5-star. They really are, but I know that they're not the most flashy characters to have in the game. That's the only thing. I mean, I'm not putting down 5-star healers. I mean, they're great. I am so happy to have my Ratchet. But if it was my first 5-star, honestly, I probably would have been a little disappointed. So... But I mean, if that's not you, then don't eliminate those batches. Then still keep level batch 4 on the list. So Granny Galvatron says first 5-star was Astro Train, and no, I have not read. I have not caught up on the reading. Every batch has the blooper. It depends on what you want, Risk. It really depends on what you want. I mean, batch 7. I mean, it's. Some people might say Jetfire is a blooper because they don't like the flyers, but other people might say I love flyers and Jetfire is one of the better ones, so he's totally not a blooper. You know, some people might be like, Blades is overrated, or Rhinox, you know. But honestly, I think I think batch 7 is probably the best. I mean, I like batch 4, but it's kind of hard to beat batch 7. Altabot Phil says Wheeljack was the first 5-star. He's been in the war team ever since. So there you go. Some people are happy. Okay, I will bring this up. I see Kim David Collins says check the Alliance chat. I'm like, Alliance chat. I'm like, oh, in the game. Okay. So I go open it up, and Prime One says hi live stream. Blastmaster says hello Hoist. Open the chat for once. Oh, good gracious. Here's a little something to know. I read everything. You may not see me chatting along, but in the Alliance chat in the game, in the Discord, I read everything. I see everything you guys are doing. I may not be participating in the chat because I don't always have something to say, but I'm seeing everything that you guys are doing. So don't think you're going to be going and talking behind my back in my own Discord. or my own Alliance chat. There's Blastmaster saying hello again, everyone, live. So, so there you go. Oh, and Fitz says he went and got a better photo in there. We'll go see it. We'll go see if we can pull this up. It's the you know, pulling it up on the computer. It's not always quite so easy. Oh, this one worked out, so we'll go ahead and do that. So there you go. He's got a nice little cabinet with some, looks like G1 combiners. G1 and 2 Devastator. What's that? Superion back there, Computron, Abominus, and Defensor. Cool. Oh, and they want me to go look at the memes. And it's a funny little t-shirt of Drift expecting a giant car. Yes. That was pretty funny when he said that in Age of Extinction. It doesn't really make sense. I mean, why would you be expecting a giant car? But haha, I laughed. I see everything. Chris Taylor says, Hoist, how do I make a suggestion to Space Ape about something that can help the game? If you go over to the Transformers Earth Wars official Discord, if you're in there, there is a channel called Suggestions, and you can enter your suggestion, and the other players in the Discord can vote up or down. And if you get enough votes, and it's something that they can actually do, it might just get passed on to the developers and put in. So that's how you do it. It's just Elf on the Shelf. Yellow Devastator was G2. Was a G2 Devastator. I think there was an orange one too. So. Pineapple on pizza comment. Oh yeah. Yeah, the PB Chew says, not that I mind eating pineapple on pizza. Hey. Pineapple on pizza's good. I just lost like 10 subscribers there. Want to see the 5-star sludge? Yeah, I could do that. That's what I've got. I've had other priorities for leveling him for his ability and power cores or whatever, but I mean, I've got like a bunch of Wallbuster cores, like G-Metal. I mean, I've got like 3 G-Metal Wallbuster cores on my Decepticon account. What am I going to do with them? But I figured if anybody deserves a G-Metal Wallbuster core, it's this guy. So, and then I just had to slap that 2-star Tyraxodon on somebody. So it's not a big help, but it's more than nothing. So. Have a good one, Grand Galvatron. Thanks for coming. Let's see, Tommy Cruz says, just asking for advice for 4-star Tiger Hawk. Where did that come from? Tiger Hawk. Tiger Hawk. Ugh. Why did I say that weird? Anyway, advice for 4-star Tiger Hawk. It's for combat bots and power cores. Level 5 ability. Oh, let's go look at my let's go look at my 4-star Tiger Hawk. Or Tiger Hot, whichever one you prefer. So yeah, I've got the fire drive on them because it does help improve the DPS, and I've just got an attack core on them. I think I would probably put enhanced ordnance if you have one, but I ran out of enhanced ordnance, so I figured attack was the next best thing, because I use his ability a lot, especially on the team that I have him on. So the more damage he can cause with his ability, the better. So that's the route I went for. What level is my strongest bot? Well, the highest power is Elite 1. We'll go rank by power. So my highest power is Elite 1, but my highest level, I think, is Sentius Magnus here. He's that close to 60. Elita's not far behind, because Sentius Magnus used to be my power leveling bot, then Elite 1 became my power leveling bot. So that's why Sentius Magnus kind of slowed down and Elite 1 caught up. Yeah, so I don't have any bots over 60. That's the closest I am. James Rodriguez just started playing last week. Well, hey, welcome. Best way to get 5-star crystals. And Matt Polly nailed it. Get in a good alliance. It's going to be hard at first when you're still a low level, but as you keep playing and keep improving or whatever, you can improve your alliances. Find an alliance family where they have multiple different alliances with different levels, because they pretty much always have like a beginner's alliance, and then they have multiple levels to where even like top tier alliances, and as you improve, you can easily move up the alliances. It's not only allowed, it's kind of expected. And in fact, if you're a particularly strong performer, they may even let you bump up a level during an event. You know, every family's got a different rules, but they may even let you bump up an extra level if you're particularly strong. So look into that. But yeah, you get the 5-star shards. Unfortunately, the 5-star shard event was just kind of like last week. So it'll probably be another 6 months or so before we do the 5-star another 5-star shard event. But if you can get an alliance that will complete it, you can get a lot of 5-star shards in a pretty good hurry. So just but basically, don't be holding your breath for a 5-star when you're first starting out. That's a down the road kind of thing. It's definitely achievable even without spending money. Spending money and getting duplicate 4-stars definitely helps, but you don't need to do that. It's definitely achievable. Plenty of free-to-play players, including some probably even watching this stream right now, can tell you they haven't spent a dime, but they've got 1 or more 5-star bots. So, did I use Sentius to make Elita a beast? Yes, I used Sentius to level up Elita 1, and then she basically pushed him aside and let him rot for a while until I put him back on a team to use with everybody else. So yes, he created a monster who then kind of took over and pushed him aside. A real kind of like Frankenstein story there. Yeah, and see, Grind Time is free to play, and he's got like 15 5-stars, so, or 25 5-stars. He's not free to play. He might be now, but he wasn't at the time. I'm free to play in between the times that I spend money on bundles. Risk says, I don't have Netflix, asking about the new opening screen for Earth Wars. Yeah, that was the, yeah, obviously Kingdom on Netflix opens tomorrow, so that's why and I think it's like what is it, a 30-year Beast Wars anniversary coming up or something like that? So that's why they're pushing Beast Wars real hard in the game right now. That's why we got Prowl and Ramhorn, Silverbolt and Cicada Con, and we know Ironhide and Sea Clamp are coming. That's why we got Rat Trap and Vertebrake. That's why we got Airazor and Tonbot. That's why we're getting Transmetal Cores and Beast Wars Classics Crystals. That's why in the loading screen's all about Beast Wars. The everything is Beast Wars, Beast Wars, Beast Wars. So it's because Kingdom is around Beast Wars, and plus also I think it's like an anniversary thing. So it's called brand synergy. I don't know. I think that's what it's called. Which Prime Core is best? It kind of depends on the situation. Didn't I used to have a free-to-play account? I still have it, I just don't play it. Denali Kid, aka Optimus Rodimus, I think. Welcome. We forgive you for being late. Apology accepted. Prime Cores. Let's go look at the Prime Cores. Which one's best? Well, I have my Quintus at the highest level because I was trying to get something to level 20, some Prime Core to level 20 to get an achievement, and then I was starting to realize, man, this is getting really expensive. I hit 19, it was just getting like insanely expensive to get it to 20, so that's why I kind of stopped. And I didn't choose Quintus for any reason other than I just thought that, hey, that might be helpful. Megatronus is really good. Amalgamus on the right bot is amazing. Like, Sentius Magnus is probably the perfect bot. Cheetor might be okay. Prime is really good for any bot that does the area of effect with their normal ability. Like, Skyburst used to be like the only one, but now I would say Sea Spray or Octopunch for the Decepticons, or anybody with Flak or Crater Maker. Leech Maximo is pretty good. I like that. It's always nice when the outpost bots come and then they just kind of turn around and go and start helping you. Same thing with Perceptor. Oh, I still need to put Alpha Trion on somebody. Solus Prime is actually pretty good. I find Solus Prime actually works pretty good on my Bumblebee. Because, I take Bumblebee in on the raids because of his stun, and that brings along extra damage with Solus Prime. Vector's pretty good. My Cronus is always a good help because it's just kind of like automatic healing definitely for the bot that it's on, but also anybody around. Oh yeah, Alchemist was on Star Saber, but I wanted to put Vector Prime on Star Saber, so I took that off of him and put Vector on him, and I just haven't reassigned Alchemist to anybody. Again, usually that's because of the Energon it takes to take a core off, so you can put one on. Thank you to whoever subscribed. It wasn't up for very long, but yeah. And then there's Nexus. for the way that I play, Nexus is pointless to me, so that's why I haven't invested anything into it, and that not being assigned is intentional. I know it works. I know it works good for some people who are continuously battling in high-level wars where they're facing combiners all the time. But for the part of the game that I play or whatever, I rarely run into combiners, and so it's just really any other core really would be better for me than Nexus. But yeah, I do definitely need to get Alpha Trion and Alchemist on somebody. But yeah, they all have very good uses. Which one is best? It's hard to say, because they're all so very different and do so many very different things. Alchemist works great on punch with top shot, says Matt Pauley. I don't think I have a 4-star punch. I think that's one of the 4 stars I don't have. Yeah, Big Bronze Rim says doesn't use Nexus, but doesn't know who you'd sacrifice a core. See, that's the problem. Is Nexus, you have to take some other core off to give them basically the core for the combiner. I haven't even looked at it. I think they've changed it again, but I just knew it wasn't ever a core that I was going to probably need, at least not anytime in the near future. So I didn't really pay that close attention to it. I know you can't see it, but I'm just going to go read it. When the bot equipped is in battle, you deal 5% additional damage to your opponent's combiner. And that probably goes up with the level. Yeah. So if you're not facing an opponent's combiner, that's pointless. If you deploy the equipped bot before your combiner on attack, your combiner will deal 5% additional damage and gain 31% reduction from raid damage. So again, it only works if you are facing a combiner or using a combiner. It does nothing for that bot itself. So you need a bot that doesn't need any power core boost, and basically you need to face and or at least use a combiner. But it's really only good for like one battle, because that goes on an individual bot. If you have a combiner, you could probably get a good 4 or 5 battles out of that combiner activation, but that bot can only be on one of them. Probably the only thing worth it there is that last little bit where you can get a reduction in raid damage for your combiner. So like if you are just use that same same raid squad, put that on one of your raid bots, and then take a combiner in. That's probably the only thing I think you could want to do that. So, Grind Time says Nexus is about to get real popular in Prime League hard mode. But yeah, like I said, there's also the it's like you deal more damage to the opponent's combiner. So if you're in the higher leagues where you're always facing combiners, there you go. I mean, especially in wars or whatever, you probably have a war squad. It's the same set of bots that you take every single time. So then that makes sense, because you use that squad, you go face base 1, you let them cool down. You go back in, take that same squad, use base 2. So you are bringing that Nexus core every time. So it's very situational. It's almost it's on the level of the wall buster core situational, or the sludge ability situational. You know, every now and then you're going to get that base where it's like perfect, but a lot of bases it's just pointless to use. Again, it depends on the level. If you're up there in Prime League, Cybertron League or something, it's probably more useful up there. But if you're with me down there in Silver League, if we even do a war, it's probably not that big. Not that big a deal. All right, we'll quit bashing or waffling about the Nexus now. LJ's asking, you're not doing wars. Can you give a quick summary as to why? I don't see the point. Honestly, personally, I don't play as much as I used to. So when I do go and play, I would rather do a normal battle for resources so that I can continue to upgrade stuff. Wars, it's about the prestige, and I don't care about the prestige. It's like, oh, we've got so many wins or whatever. It's like, okay, great. I don't personally care. I'd rather go and do the battles and win resources. I mean, down in Silver League, okay, great, we won the war. Here's 30,000 alloy, 30,000 energon. I can get more than that in one battle. You know, it's just, you know, it's Spark, yeah, I guess if you know that's good too, but I don't ever seem to have a problem with Spark personally. So I mean, if you want to go in, you know, let's go in the research lab. That's a bad example. Okay, so Spark's not a problem for me right now. Because I can't ever earn enough Energon to spend the spark that I get from, you know, maybe as I slow down buying bundles and stuff like that, maybe I'm going to start having a shortage of spark, but that's not really an issue for me. In fact, I'm pretty sure I lost out on spark on my Decepticon account because I did hit max 4 million at some point, so that's not even really something that motivates me either. So that's why. I'm not saying anybody's wrong for liking wars, for whatever reason. Even if it's the prestige, if that's what makes you happy, then go for it. But, you know, so that's just, you know, that's me. Yeah, see, Matt Polly, you're saying you can't earn enough spark to spend your Energon, and I'm just the opposite. I can't earn enough Energon to spend the spark. So maybe once I get in your shoes, I might have a different opinion. So you know, it's all about different you know, different points of view, different ways of playing the game. That's all. So you know, it's one of those things where if I could earn normal. Okay, I think we lost connection there for a second. So, yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, like if we got more resources, like normal resources or something, like for each battle, not just if you win, then I might be more inclined to be doing wars or something like that. But even then, I mean, it's even in like the Silver League, you go and maybe you could do, you know, the first 3 battles are going to be pretty achievable, but sometimes base 4 or base 5, they're going to be like a max base even down in Silver League. And you know, you saw my bots, I can't handle a max base. So, yep. What happened, Fitz? I don't know. It just said, hey, OBS lost connection, and then so I waited until it came back and I said OBS reconnected, and there you go. What happened? Sunspots. I don't know. Let's see. I still have not done the War for Cybertron campaign for Overlord on the Decepticon account. No, I have not. So, base 4 is often harder than base 5. It kind of depends. You know, some people, they, you know, the commander is particularly powerful, but very often 4 is the hardest base. And Big Bronze Room says, war really only works if your whole alliance participates. Yes, it is. That's true. It's hard to get that participation. And honestly, I think the last couple of weeks, the first few days of the week, I hadn't even gone into the game, and I've come back and I've seen that, oh look, we did a war, so even I wasn't even there to participate. So, yeah. So I'm definitely not going to be bashing anybody for not being around for wars, because that happens to me sometimes. But usually, I mean, if I'm there, if I'm in the game and I see a war going on, I try to hit it. So, yes, I mean, it's the same thing with events. I mean, you know, we probably get good participation out of I mean, even on the Decepticon Alliance that we're in, it has very similar issues or whatever. You get good participation out of maybe half the Alliance, and then the other half, yeah, they do a little bit, if any. So some of them do nothing, some of them do a little bit. Enough to show that they're still there, or whatever. So, but, you know, it's understandable. There's a lot of stuff going on. You know, I mean, even... yeah, it was this last weekend. I didn't really put up that many points because I was just busy working most of both days. I think I managed to put up 4,000 points on the accounts or whatever, so it's tough. Yeah, I mean, I kind of felt bad, but I had no time. So, Matt Pauly, have a good night. Thank you for being here. Get some sleep, man. Yeah, like we say, I mean, you gotta put in the effort, but you know, it's okay to take a break every now and then. It's okay to take a break. You know, you got a life, you got other stuff to do. It's okay to take a break. Daniel Coopin says, I had a great idea for Transformers Marvel crossover movie like Guardians of the Galaxy, Discovery of Cybertron. Huh. Yeah, well, except they're not really in the same franchise. They're not the same intellectual property. So I mean that'll never quite happen. Although Transformers did cross over with Marvel very early on. Like within the first couple of episodes, Spider-Man was actually in an issue of Transformers comics. Was it like issue 2 or 3 or something like that? Because the first few G1 comics were actually done by Marvel. So they went ahead and crossed over Spider-Man. But that's why when you go back and you try to find reprints and stuff of other ones, generally you're not going to find those issues because that's got a true Marvel character in it, not a Hasbro character that Marvel wrote a story for. IDW Transformers crossover with Marvel? When did that happen? I don't remember that. I'm not saying you're wrong, I just don't remember it. Blur27 just joined Vehemence. Looking forward to helping out. Okay, cool. Yeah, I actually have it open now. Not really looking at it. Fitz19 says demolished con account last weekend's event. Yeah, catch a replay of that next time. I want to see. I want to see you do that. Because let me tell you, I win defenses more than I lose on that con account. C.O.M.B.A.T stops people in their tracks. So, you run across that again, catch a replay. Here's my defense history on my con account. Win, win. Okay, I do lose sometimes. Win, win, lose. Win, 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 win. My defense is sound, so I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying I win more than I lose on defense over on this account. The 4-issue Avengers crossover? I must have missed that. Oh yeah, Circuit Breaker. That's one of those weird situations where Marvel kind of, you know, Circuit Breaker's pretty much only shown up in Transformers, and it's generally a Transformers character. But Marvel did something like they had her in one panel of one comic just so that they could keep the rights for her because they thought she was a cool character and wanted to do more with her, but never did. Or something. I think they did manage to do have Circuit Breaker in Regeneration 1, the Regeneration 1 comics that they did to kind of finish the G1 story a few years ago. So, what zone is the con account in? I'd say it's got to be at least 12. At least zone 12, might be 13. Oh goodness, look at the time. What if we had Transformers Avengers? Yeah, well, that kind of goes back to the whole thing we were just talking, where they're different franchises. I don't think that's ever going to happen. And I'm not sure if you'd really want that to happen, because, you know, I mean, it's always been like the Transformers are like, you know, big, powerful and stuff like that. But I mean, in the Avengers and all that, I mean, they're all super powerful too. I mean, normally, you know, the things that make the Transformers and the Decepticons scary from like the human aspect or whatever is just because they're so unbeatable for human beings. But when you throw the Avengers in there, you know, it's nothing. So I don't think it would even really be that much of a challenge. I mean, look at what they do to the Hulkbuster armor. You know what was his name? Obsidian, Cull Obsidian or something. The Hulk or anybody. They just ripped that Hulkbuster armor apart. They would do the same thing to a Transformer. You know, so I mean, it's, you know, it's yeah. Volume 3 of the IDW collection. Man, I totally missed that. So I guess I'll have to go. I'll have to go find that, or shoot me a DM or something. So I'm curious if I saw it and I've just forgotten, or maybe I missed it. I thought I had read like pretty much everything IDW Transformers. So I mean, I went back into the Transformers. They had already been going for a few years, but I mean, I went back to the beginning. I started reading those comics like, oh man, this is great stuff. So I went all the way back, but in general, yeah, but I don't have the volumes, so I guess I just need to figure out what comics are actually in that. So it's all good. It's all good. Victory Star Saber said, I went back to the Dreamwave comics. The new Avengers and Transformers. Okay, it must have been published by Marvel and not put out by. I read all my comics digitally, like all the digital comics, you know, like the digital apps and stuff like that. And they must not have had those available in the IDW Comics app. That's probably why I missed it. It looks like that was probably put out. If it was digital, it was probably in the Marvel app. Otherwise, it was probably in print. And honestly, the only print comics that I have are ones that came packed in with the toys back in the Thrilling 30. So that's why I missed it. So cool. I might have to go seek those out. Soldier, what's going on, man? Just in time for just in time to sign out. Oh man. My wallet is dead when HasLab Star Saber comes out. I'm gonna have to put some thought into that. I don't think they've officially announced that it's Star Saber yet, although people generally aren't really wrong usually. Just because, you know, I'm pretty good at. I'd have to look at it. I'd have to really consider, because I've got the Masterpiece Star Saber, which is really good. I even got the Planet X third-party Star Saber, which is also really good. So I'd really have to see what it's offering versus what the price is. So it's you know, just off the top of my head, sight unseen, I'd say if that's what it is, I'd probably pass on it. But you know, never say never, right? Alright folks, I do appreciate everybody being here even through all of the technical glitches that we had today. 2 of them I think, including one right at the beginning. If you want to see what happened, go over to the Discord and check in our general chat, because there are screenshots that people were kind enough to grab and immortalize for posterity. Could have been worse. Could have been a worse face that it was caught on. But yeah, it happens. Alright folks, I do appreciate everybody being here. Have a good night. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. We'll see you next time.